Hey there everyone, I am Elizabeth Richardson and I'm actually here on the back deck of one of my family-owned businesses, Fangboner Farms. I am taking over Cammie's social media today with pure excitement and joy to introduce myself and share what it is that I do, how I do some of the things I do, but basically boils down to sharing 3 C's with you that got me to be where I am today as a brand consultant and supporting different clients on social platforms and in their image and their business. So I have my laptop here off to the side because I did not want to skip anything for you all, and I'm gonna allow this next 24 hours for you to share any questions with me that you might have, and also follow my page, Elizabeth and Richardson, over on Instagram, and my website is elizabetharicardson.com. So I'm gonna start by sharing who I am. I just shared with you my name, Elizabeth, and I am 31. I've been an entrepreneur for 2 years almost in September, but I've always been doing entrepreneurship things in my life when it comes to designing clothing, selling hair bows that are custom made, and then also starting a closet organization business, which has really got me my start in 2017. So I have over a decade experience of retail management, clothing, and I went to school to study fashion as well and get my marketing degree and also my executive MBA. So those are some things about me. I got my undergrad at BGSU and I studied at the University of Toledo to get my executive MBA, which was amazing experience. I cannot speak highly enough, and I would love to chat with anyone who would like to about my education. So in 2017, my timeline of being an entrepreneur was ready to take that leap and pursue personal styling and closet organization, and it helped that I had the courage to step out in 2017 and go after this dream I have to be my own boss. So in that, I had to have a lot of competence in understanding what the process was to walk out on my own as a brand consultant and as a personal stylist to others. Okay, so I made a commitment to myself when I started my business in 2017 to talk to everyone about it. Um, it's the best way to get feedback on your business and what you're missing by giving your business card to someone, talking to them about what it is that you're doing, what you're thinking, getting their opinion, and those people that you're asking end up being your target customer. So in 2017, I left my retail job that I had been at for 6 years and stepped into a whole commitment of having faith in myself and the platforms that I had at the time to take advantage and be competent in my journey. At that time, I also took over ownership of Fangboner Farms. So I have been the CEO there here for almost 2 years in September. And I like to slide this out because I am completely blessed and grateful that I haven't had to put money into marketing. I have been able to use different platforms for businesses in free ways to advertise. And right now, to this day, I haven't invested in marketing, and I really take it as having the commitment to your business, having the competency to understand what you can do to advertise your business, and also the commitment and courage that it takes. So you have to commit to having courage. And honestly, getting that courage is the part that you have to hold on to the entire time. It takes courage to start businesses and to stick with them, and also to get feedback. So that's a little bit about me and what it is that I do, leading you up to present day of I'm here behind the scenes of Cammie's Instagram for you guys all day long. So you can ask me questions, you can go to my page and follow me. Please do that. Look at my content, look at my website. The website I am telling you off bat, I have been building it myself. So that is something that is not a service that I really do, but I do also social media audits. So if you have a website and you're looking to elevate your brand, I can do a social media audit for you. So that audit includes your website, it includes the current social platforms that you have, and then I also go through and let you know of other social platforms that you could be utilizing your content on in order to market yourself in a non-salesy mentality and stay true to who you are. So coming on that non-salesman mentality, that brings me to another service that I offer that I'm really excited about. It's delivering content. So those are things that are coming up, and I keep my followers informed on what it is that I'm doing. Content creation is so important to your brand to be able to connect to your audience. So we're gonna jump into what the 3 C's are, because the 3 C's are something that I held on to till this day to really drive my passions. As you can already tell, I have multiple facets of passions that I live out as an entrepreneur, and I love that freedom to, I can be a fashion designer, I can be a fashion stylist, I can be a brand consultant, I can help people on social media, I can deliver them a farm mentality of all natural, organically gardened products and educate them on the herbs and perennial sides of life. So I really have a lifestyle brand that I'm doing here at ElizabethARichardson.com. The farm does have a website, and that is FangBunnerFarms.com. We have unique gifts and just delicious desserts. I just had to put that out there and share that piece of me with you because it's a part of my life that I literally live in full harmony and sync, and just like the circle of my life, it all just forms together really well. So let's jump into the 3 C's. That is courage, that is competence, and that is commitment. So just remember, if I'm looking off to the side, I'm not distracted. I am making sure that I tell you everything that you deserve to know while I am taking over Cammie's behind the scenes social media platform, okay? So courage, the ability to do something that frightens you, okay? Like, that is the definition. If you Google it, that is what you're gonna find, because I wanted to make sure that I gave you the complete, correct definition. So the ability to do something that frightens you, okay? Leaving a full-time job that was paying me consistently. Like, I am a mother, I am a fiance, I have my own house, I have bills, I have things I have to do, but I also have to stay true to my heart and what it takes to really make sure that I'm living true to myself. And I had to take the courage to tell my boss that I was done in 2 weeks. I was traveling to South America, I'm going to hike Machu Picchu, I'm going to live my life, and I'm done with this job. I'm gonna go on to be an entrepreneur, okay? So courage is being your authentic self. That is something that I deliver in my content creation, my categories that I share with you, the hashtags that I pair together in order to make sure I connect, that you connect on your platforms, because that's what it's about, connecting with your audience. And aligning to your purpose, making sure that when you're doing something, when you're thinking of an idea, when you're wanting to post something on social media, when you're wanting to even say anything, that you stay authentic to yourself, but that also that it connects to your purpose. And Cammie can show you how to connect to your purpose. I am not a coach. I am highly an encourager. And Cammie can contest that we have therapeutic conversations around her business in ways that she can stay true to herself and still be able to deliver her message to be able to help millennials. And she's not just in the box of millennials, she thinks outside the box. And that's why I love Cammie. She's so great. Okay, so courage is about taking risks. Like, I'm not telling you go to quit your job. I'm just telling you from my own personal experience that I quit my job that was paying my bills, And I'm going to tell some more things when we get to another C, because I know things are going through your mind right now, like, oh my gosh, she quit her job. How is she going to financially support herself? How is she, like, so many things. So drop those questions you have in the comments, because I will love to engage with you today. So you want to seek out feedback. So what I did, I was obviously passing out business cards of myself, representing myself as my own personal brand manager to clients walking into the retail store I was working in for 6 years. And it was a high-end retail store that I connected with my clients. They came in to shop with me. I'm going to give them updates on my life, let them understand more about me. So I was seeking out feedback. I was asking people who I thought were going to be in my target market, what do you think about this idea of closet organization? Someone coming to your house and helping you organize your clothes and resell your items and giving you a portion of the sales. Like, I just noticed that was lacking, and clients started coming. And then I started realizing that this is a business, and started developing the business plan, went to get my executive MBA and start forming all of that to be now a brand consultant. I didn't always think that this is what I was going to be doing. I had to obviously step out on a lot of courage, and I had to seek out feedback from people that were family, that were friends, that were my target audience, and see what they had to say to me about my idea and how I can kind of hone it in and then kind of detail it out to make it longevity. So and you have to be able to have the courage to, like, understand that it's not always perfect, that there's going to be discomforts. You're going to have to be able to tolerate that. And I can contest to this feeling, okay? I've been in a place where I had no money, when I thought, like, how am I going to pay my bills as an entrepreneur? And then it just hit home, like, it's time to literally grind. It's time to show who I am. It's time to just pour out my passions and make money from them. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not greedy. That is showing that you have courage, that you have the self-confidence to walk out on courage for your purpose and your passion. So, and you have to have courage to influence upward, okay? You have to do what I'm doing, talking to you guys. I have to educate you guys on what it took for me to have these mistakes in putting certain content out and not in the right way, or just not connecting and, like, putting things together and planning and being organized. And now here on the other side of the, like, downhill things that just are not pretty to talk about, or ugly, or just, like, uncomfortable, discomforts that you have. And then when you work through that discomfort and understand, and then you're on the other side of it right here, you're like, okay, I need to share this information. I need to educate other people, other small businesses, other people who are beginning out, so that they can know more, they can understand, they can start getting curious and find their own solutions, or ask me to help them understand their problem, and how there can be multiple solutions to where their problem is. But it's up to you to take action on the issue, the discomfort you're having, okay? I can't do it for you. I can only provide you and help you figure out solutions that would work. And that solution might not work, and you might have to go to a different one, but you have to be comfortable with the discomforts of life, okay? We all are living human beings. So, and you have to have the courage to keep trying, like I was just saying to you, okay? You have to be okay with making a ginormous list and being like, which one would be best? Maybe this one. Oh, maybe that ties into this one. Oh, maybe that connects to this one and that. They may all come together in a nice way for you to have a plan. And then you take action on your plan. So that leads us into competence, okay? The ability to do something successful or efficiently. Hello, I'm here on social media. I post for Cami. We do it Monday through Friday. We have a category that she discusses. I push her. I keep her accountable. I challenge her to show you more of her authenticity, because the Cami that I see is a Cami I want you all to see, and you guys do see it and you guys engage with her, and I love it. I love supporting Millennialine. So competence is about, for me, my values and how it contributes to my values, is that with having competence in quitting my job, I actually made sure that I saved for 8 months. That is, my mentality was, if I had no clients for 8 months, would I be able to financially support myself, like pay all of the rent, I mean not the rent, all of the mortgage, all of the bills, all of everything, and still be able to survive, right? The survival instincts. So that's what I did before I put in my 2-week notice and did my traveling and all of this stuff. So that took competence and also courage to save every ounce of money that you possibly could for 2 years. So then we are here. With competence, there are 2 types. There is technical and there is managerial. So the technical portion of competence, this is like the knowledge, the attitude, the skills related to the function of the role you're trying to perform. I'm just making sure I'm explaining it correctly to you and reading from my laptop. So that's the technical, like the function of competence. So, your knowledge, how much education, I'm not even saying you have to be educated, or how much research have you done, how much investigation have you done on your business, on your financials, just to make sure that you can support yourself as an entrepreneur, because this is not something that's always easy. So your attitude, that relates to your courage, and the skills related to do your job. So are you looking at other businesses that interest you, that are doing the same thing that you are, and what does that look like for them? What courage do they have in their business that you would like to almost mimic and have as your image? And then also the managerial. So that is the skills required to plan. So you have to organize your knowledge, your attitude, your skills. You have to manage that then. Like I was speaking to, having courage, and organizing your day and how I do that. So then I put my goals that I have, and then I put an action to getting them, and making sure that I have the skills to do them. What kind of example does that look like? Currently, I am going to be releasing a freebie on my website. So it's going to be a 7-day creative content that you'll be able to download for free, and then you'll have content to be able to deliver to your audience and have the right caption to get engagement for 7 days. Like, I'm so excited about launching this. So be sure that you head over to my page and stay up to date on what I'm doing by hitting the follow button. I'm excited about this, and I had to learn how to do this. So I had to have the courage to ask the person that I saw doing it, a complete stranger, and be competent enough to engage with her on a level of being a business mindset and helping each other, just being kind. So I reached out to her and asked her, how do I go about this? I've seen it, but I'm not really sure. I've done investigation and research. I just can't really connect. Could you answer some questions for me? She was totally forthcoming and helpful, and I just really appreciated her kindness. And it just teaches me also to have that courage to be kind. And so I was able to have the competency to create success and executional excellence for this. So I didn't just think of it and just put it out there. I took some steps in research, trying to figure it out, planning, asking questions where I don't have the skills, where I was kind of getting tricked up in it, and then bringing that back and utilizing those resources. So utilizing those resources to connect with you guys and be kind of that upward movement for you, so you can get a head start on your creative content. Now we have the last C. The third C is commitment. So commitment is the state of quality of being dedicated to a cause or action. So there's so many ways we can go around with this word commitment, because I feel like it's really used excessively, but it just depends on how you're using commitment. So how I use commitment in my business as a brand consultant is sticking with my passion. I love fashion, I love style, I love image. I am obsessed with social media, and business really excites me, like anyone's business. Any way I can literally help someone understand about their business, it excites me to have that conversation, because I've had so much success in developing my brand consulting and my branding for Elizabeth A. Richardson. Like the next step, and it's probably larger than I'm even imagining, but my next step is to turn into an agency so that I can help in a tiered method for anyone financially, that it's not just one tier that you're in, because there will be multiple professionals that are able to help you when it comes to your image, finance, graphic design, website design, just anything you can imagine that deals with your image, almost like a PR way to make sure that you look really good, and you stay true to your authentic self, will be this big like champagne moment that I'm just imagining. Okay, so we're in the works of this. I actually have people reaching out to me, and I'm trying to keep up with it, but I have to stay true to myself and my authentic path that I have, and not rush this. It's really based on time. So without getting too far off track, commitment when it comes to your business. So that's how commitment connects to your competence and your courage. So with commitment, we're gonna, obviously, this almost sounds a little bit redundant because I've been talking about this same thing for this entire behind the scenes. It goes back to setting goals. You have to, what I've been sharing with you, the whole big picture is setting goals when it comes to you, what you're wanting to achieve for yourself. And I believe in my heart this is what has brought me a high amount of success, is setting goals, being realistic about them, boiling them down, and executing them in ways that are beneficial to everyone, that creates a win-win for those who work with me, and that help and assist in ways I don't have strength in, and I can excel in ways that I have great success in. So with commitment, there is setting goals. So before you can stay committed to your goals, you need to set goals, right? You have to set goals, and I discuss this with my clients on what their goals are, what deadlines are upon them, keeping them accountable for the goals that they've set for themselves, and seeing how much time those goals will take them, and then having those champagne moments. Okay, so you have to revisit your goals frequently. So it's not like you want to do this, you have a goal, and then how are you getting there? Like, you have to create realistic things to revisit your goal. So my goal is to have an agency, and I have many things I need, obviously steps I personally feel that we need to have in place, and a structure that is true and authentic to me, that will allow me to help other small business professionals, people starting out who are crazy talented, and allowing them to have a platform to have success in their business and their services that they do for clients that come to my website that need help, that I help them, consult with them to understand more of this help that they need in their goals and organization and execution and accountability and celebration and revisiting and aligning more and just understanding more of their authentic selves. So that leads us right into setting a routine. Okay, now I am the person who can stay up very late. I am a workaholic and I love my sleep, but I also really love helping other people and I love getting up early. So I am just a really unique creature. So I have to set a routine. That's why I rely heavily on my list. When any idea, task, anything comes up in my mind, I instantly write it down into my notes. My notes end up being bulleted and I can punch in my organizer that I created for hourly things. So with my hourly schedule, I am available Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. I do half an hour free consultations, which I really love seeing just become clear. For you to understand that there are platforms if you're a small business, and I'm talking to entrepreneur on this level, and being able to market on different platforms. So that's something that is very important to me, and just educating people. So social media is a place where we all are, and there's different platforms that we could be utilizing to like literally broadcast our message and let it be heard. So without getting overly off the topic of commitment, you have to stay inspired. So that comes back to your authentic self. Like what is your passion? How are you staying inspired? I stay inspired by literally shopping for all my clients, just looking at the latest in trends, by creating my own boutique on my website as a brand consultant. Like that's where I really find inspiration to feel confident in putting on things that are going to enhance my style and my image. Putting things out there online, being inspired in nature, coming out to Fang Farms and literally just walking around, understanding different species of plants, the beauty in them, the just perfection in nature, that as just a human connecting with nature at Fang Farms and all the plants, the herbs, the beauty that I just get to walk into, it just recharges my soul. And I know Cammie talks about how she likes her self-time, and that is so important. So like my self-time is just like going upstairs, sitting in my bed and just like reading a nice article or just like a published thing or watching a documentary. Like cooking is something that I really enjoy, just kind of being in the kitchen and making amazing meals and little light dishes and that kind of things, and letting my family enjoy those type of things. Gardening is a major self-time. I love to do that. I go do it in the morning. I do it like right before the sun goes down. I love harvesting and gardening here at the farm. It's really it's like a zen moment for me. It really connects me back to who I am and who I can deliver my authentic self to, and to look at the big picture. Okay, so that's another part of commitment, is looking at the bigger picture of what's going on. How are you being able to connect with yourself? How are you staying inspired? And where are your goals at, and revisiting them. Like we have to do that. We can't just set a goal and then leave it. We have to take action to it, so then we can go on to the next goal and we can be like super fire on like cloud 9, celebrating many champagne moments, because we deserve it. Like you deserve this for yourself. So you have to stay accountable. Like that's what commitment is, right? It's staying accountable, but it's choosing where your commitment is, where you're going to seek your courage, and also be competent in what you're going to be committing to. Let's be realistic with our time, right? And then don't burn out, okay? Cammie like literally keeps me in check. about this because she knows I work so hard. She will check in with me and just be like, make sure you're taking time to just like have peace, like to just chill out for a minute, make sure you're taking breaks. And my mom does this for me too, and I really appreciate that because as an entrepreneur you can get really wrapped up in tasks. I tell you, I have a list and I don't like press my list like, okay, this one, it has to be this. It just helps me stay in order, in check, accountable to my goals for the day, to make sure that I don't burn out. I make sure that I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go on to the next task. No, back it up, sis. You're gonna chill. Do you need some food? Do you need some water? Do you need to sit back and just kind of like zone out from the world a little bit for 20 minutes? It's just 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes is not going to harm you, or anyone is not going to be mad at you if you take 20 minutes for yourself. If you just sit, chill. Don't look at your phone. Don't be distracted. You might fall asleep because maybe your body's telling you that you need to rest. Like, you just have to do those things. You have to make sure you don't burn out. That's something that's always in my mind. And then the last one is just to stay the course, okay? So I have been in fashion, oh Lord. I've always loved fashion since I was little. I wanted to study in Paris and have not made it to Paris yet. Have made it to South America and loved their culture. Oh, I just love culture. And staying the course in my brand consulting is what it kind of developed into. I will be forthcoming with this information to you guys, since this is a nice behind the scenes. You guys can connect with me on my page as well. I'd love to talk more with you and get to know many of you. So I didn't think anything about a brand consultant. I didn't think anything about an image consultant. Where I'm at today is not where I imagined I was going to be. I don't even know if I really imagined. I just was like, I need to get out and do what I want to do. When I stepped down from my position at my job in 2017. In 2018. And so I just had to, remain on the course of knowing that this is what makes me happy, helping other people understand their image, what colors, what silhouettes look good on them, what's coming up, so they stay informed on the latest trends, what they can utilize in their closet to make a big impression, and how they can elevate their business and their media presence to be able to match this image they're envisioning for their brand. I never imagined I would be here. I didn't think of this. I just thought I was going to organize closets and make great money and help people with their style. And it's turned into this whole brand consultant, this social media engagement that continues to grow as I continue to educate myself and be committed and have courage and competency to execute things excellently, to make sure I over communicate with my clients. That is something that I really pride myself on, is the over communication and developing yourself and your emotional intelligence, because emotional intelligence is something that I have a strength in, that I really try to bring out your authentic self. So without just rambling more on, I wanted to deliver the 3 C's to you. I want you guys to connect with me on my social media platforms. I am on Facebook, I do have a website, and I do have an Instagram. I just got on Twitter and I'm really excited to kind of get into Twitter. I'm on Pinterest on both accounts. So I'm going to create a slide and share my social platforms with you. And you guys can also follow me on Instagram, since I'm here chatting with you today. I will be popping in with some more questions, and I'm excited to chat with you all more.